You have 5 seconds to ruin the entire wedding. What will you do? In the middle of the ceremony, stand up, interrupt the officiant, and publicly propose to someone else. Claim the bride is pregnant with your child. You are pregnant with the groom's child and have 4 seconds left to spare. Pastry chef here. I used to do a lot of wedding cakes and would have to move them to wherever the couple wanted it displayed. I always had a fantasy, if I ever decided to quit, walk out, to purposely drop the cake in front of the wedding party and act like it was an accident, and just burst out in tears and storm out, never to be seen again. So to answer your question, destroy the cake, or tea on it or something if that's your style. Destroy the ring. Your child in my uterus objects. Bribe the organist with cash to play the Phantom of the Opera theme as the bride comes down the aisle. They didn't say vastly improve the wedding. When they say you may now kiss the bride, they never specified who may kiss the bride. Yell fire. Eat the plastic dolls on top of the cake. Stand up and shout hi, everybody, I'm the mistress. Bonus points if you're a guy. Show up. Play the reins of customer. Thank the husband for letting me borrow his bride-to-be last night. Propose to the bride. I'd kiss the bride. Take off my pants and start doing the helicopter. Furiously nunchuck your dick at the bride while yelling peanut butter jelly time. I do that Naruto finger jab thing to the bride's butt, sending her flying into the cake. Yell WH Ray when the bride walks down the aisle. I roast take the Rachel. I told my husband I'd give him $100 to say take the Rachel at our wedding last summer since my name is the same as the one Ross didn't say. He chickened out. I'm still low-key disappointed. A finger and a fire alarm. Yell. Bro. Isn't she the one you said was a DS? Edit. Show up wearing a large, elaborate wedding dress. Propose to the best man. Cry hard when I don't get an immediate yes so my makeup runs. Spit on the bride. Grab and kiss the groom. And run away screaming about how flat the earth is. For the visuals, I'm a 36-year-old man. Since when did you become straight? Edit. Holy shitty. Thank you for the likes. Push the cake on the floor. Quietly stand up and stand next to the bride as she walks up to the altar. Straight face and everything. And refuse to sit down for the entire ceremony. If nothing else, it'll make everyone question who's getting married to who. Edit. Whoa. My first award. Thanks. Bonus points if you are normally in a wheelchair. Edit. First award. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Yell to the groom after I slept with you? This is what you do to me. And punch the bride. Edit. My first award. Thank you. Bonus points if you're a dude. At a reception, my wife and I were on the dance floor and I really had to fart. I figured I'd do it while the music was loud. I stood back a little from her and let it rip the very second the DJ lost power. Everyone looked our way and saw me looking at my wife. They looked at my wife. She ran off in a huff. Then I still had bad gas and was looking for a place to let it rip. The hall had some bay doors to a balcony. So I backed my ass out the doors and blasted ass. I turned around to close the doors and saw the bride and groom were out there having an alone moment that I just farted on. In the middle of the best man speech. Lob a grenade into the altar. First, shalt thou take out the holy pin. Then shalt thou count to 3. No more. No less. Kill billet. See username. Destroy the paperwork. It's not official without it. Object to the wedding. Don't marry him. You're pregnant with my child. I'm already at the wedding so I'll just wait for me to ruin it naturally. Just yell from a distance. This girl gave me a blowjob and now she's getting married? Confess my hidden love for the bride and threaten to kill myself if she doesn't leave with me. Just yell I love you. And if you FCK marry him. Tell her I don't. Shti. Sorry everyone. I just got my COVID test back. I tested positive. Send in my very pregnant niece to glare at the groom. Point at her belly and say, "You see this? Derek? This is our son. How can you be marrying this Ray when our son is due in 3 weeks?" Note: do have a niece who is due to give birth in 3 weeks. But she is happily married to the child's father. I tell them about what happened during the bachelor party. Play the wedding march on kazoo while the couple walks to the altar. So anyway. Stand up on a high ground and as I am putting a golden ring on my finger I say but they were all of them deceived. For another ring was made. Pee on the cake. Bring a spoiled child to it. During the ceremony yell. Insert groom bride's name. This is better than the last one. Puke all over the bride. After having consumed a lot of red Kool-Aid or red wine or pomegranate juice or something. Kill someone. Objected say I'm in love with the groom. I'm a guy. So many people are coming up with various bits of rudeness or nudeness that amount to little more than temporary obstacles and annoyances. If you want to ruin a wedding, you're going to have to do something a bit more permanent and scarring. Poison half the drinks. So that as the ceremony begins, half of the wedding party and all the guests begin vomiting gouts of blood and dying painfully in their loved one's arms. Drones strike the wedding party and leave the survivors to claw their way to sunlight from under a bloody pile of their friends and family. Whipping out your dick isn't enough to ruin a wedding permanently. Unless your dick is lethal. Edit. Big shout out and thanks to all the folks at our award speech edits. Couldn't have done it without your support and encouragement. Show everyone dick pics of the bride. Say no. Run on stage when they are kissing and pull my dick out. Drunkenly say how his underwear looks way better than the suit. Wink at the groom. Say. I'd yell. The prophecy commences. The Antichrist's future parents are being wed. Act like one of the pair is cheating with me like. Name what are you doing? Reveal that the bride has been cheating on her groom for years. Bring a dozen rabid ferrets and let them loose after throwing food near the bride and groom. Recall the ceremony. Write a rickroll into your wedding vows. See how far you can get into the vows before anyone notices. We did this with our reception playlist. We even cut in a record scratch before having it jump into the song. Only like 3 people noticed. What are you planning to do? Opie? Bring a crying baby. They said 5 seconds, not ruin it instantaneously but last 30-60 minutes. Kiss the wife. The husband. Run away, it's my wedding. I stand up. Confess my love to both bride and groom. And commit seppuku. Robert's got a quick hand. Yell aren't you the priest who arped my little brother you rapist. Or swan dive into the cake yelling swan dive. Or bring 10 perfume bottles and pour them out in various places. Mix bleach and ammonia and kill everybody. There's so many things you could do. You can ruin any social situation by whipping out your wiener and screaming the N-word until someone forcibly removes you. Remember, you've spent a lifetime earning the reputation you currently have. Thank you for joining us in this alcohol-free wedding. You mic in? Finally. Stand on a chair and fass a plant into the cake. Anything can be ruined with a strategically placed poop. Ceremony. Drop one on the altar. Reception. Curl one out on the head table. Honeymoon suite. Have you ever had the surprise of a man jumping naked from a cupboard and defecating on the new bed linens? Trust me. Stand up just as they start the vows and yell that I'm in love with the bride.